staring at me?
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Okay. Sorry. Hi, welcome back, everyone. Last week, we finished season 1 of our series, Most Iconic Quotes from each episode of Psych. Today, we are going to discuss season 2, episodes 1 through 8.
We get to start off on a great episode today. The first episode of season 2, American Duos. Interesting to see if we picked the same one because it's possible.
I'm thinking we will.
My most iconic from American Duos comes from Nigel St. Nigel when he says, "I feel like I've been incarcerated in a blueberry. This car makes me want to weep and then die."
Yes, so of course I had to pick Blueberry because now the rest of this series we know of Gus's car as the Blueberry, and it's definitely one of the most iconic scenes of Psych.
Yes, from there on it's the Blueberry. I mean, set in stone. It wasn't just a passing joke, it was permanent.
Tim Curry did a great job as Nigel St. Nigel. Like, I wish they could have brought him back in for some other reason.
I do have an honorable mention, and it's Juliet's pep talk to Sean and Gus, a great Maggie Lawson moment when she's teaching them to dance, and she says, "Can I teach you how to crump? Maybe. That's up to you. But I can't reach inside of you and make you want this. I mean, absolutely need this, the way that Hall & Oates used to need it. Well, Oates a little bit more, probably."
So that was definitely on my list. It's my third. But for me, it was, "I'm Sean, spin star. This is my partner, Gus TT Showbiz." The extra T is for extra talent. The next episode of season 2 is 65 million years off. My top is, it's Sean drawing and they're trying to get out of him who did the murder. So he's like, "Well, I can't shade it, force perspective. I'm not the artist I used to be." And then he turns around, "This is not a boating accident," and it's a T-Rex.
Yeah. That one's fun. Mine is they had holes in Shia LaBeouf. The whole back and forth conversation that started with talking about the movie that had Sigourney Weaver in it. And of course, Dule Hill was in the 2003 movie Holes as Sam the Onion Man, and which is a fun movie to watch as well. But that whole bit is really hilarious.
I did like that back and forth. My other one was about whipping out his Lenny.
Yeah.
His Lenny impression.
I did not have an honorable mention for that. I just had holes. Holes in Shia LaBeouf.
They had holes in Shia LaBeouf.
My most iconic for episode 3, Psy versus Psy, is, "Are you a fan of delicious flavor?"
Of course. That was my choice too.
The Easy Bake Oven pineapple upside down cake. It's like an iconic line that you use when you're asking if someone likes Psych.
Exactly.
Say, "Are you a fan of delicious flavor?" And they know what you're talking about.
Exactly. That was the only one I even thought about. Automatically, it's one of the most used gifts out there, so it's perfect.
I did write down an honorable mention just because it's really funny. It's a Chief Vic quote when she says, "We're lucky if our psychic doesn't lick the body."
Yeah, I did think about that one because it was pretty funny. For season 2, episode 4, 0 to Murder in 60 Seconds. The one I picked is kind of a long scene, so I'm just going to do the main line from it. So mine is, "Sean, don't you dare learn a wrong lesson while I'm trying to teach you a right lesson."
That's what I picked.
Yeah.
Great Henry Sean moment there.
It's very fitting for them and their relationship because he's trying to, teach Sean a certain way and Sean does his own thing. The back and forth was great, but that line is perfect. Their relationship just describes it on the head.
I also feel like a lot of people in life have probably felt like saying that to somebody, like their kid. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm trying to teach you.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, no, you can't. No, that's not what I'm trying to tell you. Basically, my honorable mention was any of Wally's scenes because of I loved the way he would word things, and always at the end, it was like relegated
That's my
or
favorite.
reassimilated. Yeah.
Our next episode is episode 5, and down the stretch comes murder. My iconic has to do with the fact that there are lots of jokes about Henry's shirts in this one, and the one that I picked for the most iconic is when Sean says, "A little girl outside just started crying when she saw this shirt."
So I love that line. Yes, I loved their back and forth about his shirts, and that's a reoccurring thing throughout the series. But my pick was because it's a good gift. I'm available.
Oh, that's from
when,
that one.
Yeah, when Sean says, Lassie, your childhood must have been pure hell. The good news, I'm available for hugs. Lassiter leaves, and then he asks Jules, he walks away, and then he asks Gus, and Gus rolls his eyes and says, please, and walks away.
That is a good one, and I do like that gift.
I also liked when Gus is like, why is Jimmy Nichols coming here, Sean? I don't know. And Gus says, why can't you be a real psychic?
I didn't even remember he said that.
Yeah. And then this is the episode where he says, I wouldn't say crazy, maybe an eccentric that looks good in jeans.
That would probably be my honorable mention, even though I didn't write it down.
The next episode 6, is meat is murder, but murder is also murder. My most iconic quote from this episode is, Sean, what have I told you 1,000 times before? Don't hide Gus in the pantry? No, a lie always leads to more lies. I feel like the flashback was good, and it tells you about the whole life he's leading, but it also obviously leads into the episode. Yeah. But I thought that was good, showing the relationship and that he knows better, but everything's escalated. I mean, he's already been season 2 of lying. So at this point, you just keep rolling with it.
My most iconic is one of the horoscopes, and my runners up would be the other horoscope. First one is Libra. Your one true love will be wearing sneakers and an Apple Jacks t-shirt.
That was my runner up because obviously that is iconic.
That basically leaves my honorable mentions. Lassie's horoscope, which is so funny because he starts doing things because of it in the episode. Mm-hmm. Aries, calcium is especially important to you right now. Mr. Salt and Pepper hair with a maroon car. There may also be a promotion in your future. Try walking backwards through doorways for good luck. And it's so funny to watch him walk backwards, like try to be all casual and turn around and go backwards through the doorway.
Right. Because it's clear what he's doing, but he's like pretending he doesn't care about that sort of thing, and that he's not doing it because of that, which is just typical Lassie.
Episode 7. If you're so smart, then why are you dead? And my most iconic is one I picked from the flashback of young Sean and his dad. I call him Dwight. Yeah. I
had to go with that one. That one, anytime I hear Dwight, I think of that before I think of anything else, even with The Office. Like I think of Dwight and Chess first.
For me, that was probably the most iconic young Sean line.
The next episode is Rob-a-Bye Baby, episode 8. Look, Jules, you got to take your 2 back. Take it back. And that means doing something big, something risky, something that will help you blow this case wide open. And then he gets on one knee. Marry me, Juliet. I picked the proposal mainly because obviously most people are Schul's fans. So and eventually they end up together.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was the first, proposal, their first getting together.
My most iconic.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Is when they're in the park and Buzz comes. It's a good Buzz scene. I got a call about 2 creepy dudes hanging out on the playground. Really? I I haven't seen anything, but I'll keep my eyes open. We've just been hanging out here in the bushes. Oh boy.
Yeah, that was a good one. I really liked that one for sure. But for honorable mention for me, it's not actually a quote. It's the bunny fist bump.
Yeah.
That's a good gift.
I just used that the other day.
It's such a good one. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for everyone who's watched, commented, or subscribed. And please join us next time for the second half of season 2.